Hello, this is my reading for the third week of July for Capricorn in Sun, Moon, and Rising. So I've got comments that I might read from the books and do the readings from the books. I just wanted to clarify that this is intuitive readings, and to demonstrate, I'm just gonna do the reading in front of you. So I'm gonna be reading from the Hanson Roberts deck, one of my oldest deck and the one that I read the best with. And I'm gonna be taking a card this time from the Healing with the Fairies deck to actually clarify and find a little mantra for you to help you throughout the week. As usual, I have my helpers, so I have all the elements and the wisdom Buddha, some clarity with the crystals, the chakras, and my pendulum. So this is my reading for Capricorn for the third week of July 2019, and this is for Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm gonna start with the reading through the week, so it's gonna be the same spread. So if you're used to watching my readings, then please, again, if you resonate with them, like, share, and subscribe. And if you don't, then don't forget to have a look at the other readings, because there might be one that might be more relevant to you. So yeah, so this is the first card for the week. So the card for the week, the vibe of the week for Capricorn next week doesn't look that happy. This is a very, very grim card in this deck, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be like that. And again, you're the master of your destiny. So the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords represents somebody who is a little bit in despair, a little bit isolated, and who has an issue with communication. So that's going to be what you're going to have to deal with this week. As a clarifier, I am going to pull another card. Sorry, the deck told me that it wasn't the right card. Oh, three cards came out by themselves. So the first of all, the Two of Cups. So the issue is going to have to do with your emotions and probably in your relationship. We have the Moon, and the Moon is telling about a journey. And we have the Five of Cups, which is talking about deception, something that we have been disappointed in, and maybe Capricorn will have to be reminded to have a look at what was experienced before. So yeah, we're gonna have an issue with communication, but and this issue has to do with your love life. But this has to do. This is something that shows us that we're going to go on a different direction in terms of communication, and we are being reminded to look at our previous experience. So sorry, I just need to mix again, and the cards there for the week. And for the days of the week, so for the Monday, we have a reminder that we need to take a rest. So the Four of Swords, we need to take a rest. We need to have some time to look within and not really talk with much people if we can. Four of Swords. So for the Tuesday, we have this card common and has been showing up a few times. So this is the card that is the Three of Swords, and this card on the Tuesday represents that we're gonna have to deal with deception in love. Well, not deception, but something that is breaking our heart, and probably in the emotional department, in the feelings, and something that is going to actually hurt us. Maybe some rumors here. Now on the Wednesday, again another sword. So this is the Queen of Swords, On Wednesday, we're going to solve our communication issues, because this is a lot to do with communication, and we're gonna feel that we are completely in charge of our communication and managing to express whatever is on our heart, with all the diplomatic side included. On the Thursday, we have the world, and the world is talking about finalizing something, so completion of something. In this particular issue, I think it has to do with, maybe it could mean a breakup, it could mean changing something in the relationship. I would suggest to look at it in a positive way. This is completion of something, this is the start of something else. And also this card is reminding me that we are supported, because it has representation of all the evangelists on the card, and that we are going to come victorious out of it. So on the Thursday, we have the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is somebody who is keeping their things together and collecting themselves. So it has to do with the material life, so that is going to be our focus on Thursday. On Friday for Capricorns, we have the Six of Swords, another sword, and swords are about communication and expression, and here we're just trying something new in terms of communication with our loved ones, I have the feeling. Sorry, that was Saturday, not Friday, that was Saturday. And then on Sunday is going to be a day of happy, naive, going on a journey kind of thing. So that is going to be the full on Sunday, so that's our week. So Monday, again, we need to take a rest, we need to kind of isolate ourselves from others, Capricorns. Tuesday, we're gonna have our heart broken. Wednesday, we're going to be able to communicate and be clear with our expression, probably with the expression of our feelings. On Thursday, we have something that is coming to an end, the end of something. On Friday, we are focusing on our material side and gathering our things together. On Saturday, we're going on a journey and starting a different way of communicating. And Sunday, we are finally, feeling free and ready to start something new, going on a little bit of a trip maybe, but looking at life in a very open-minded way. So we also have 4 cards. The first of the 4 cards represent the love life, and this is a celebration. So this card shows the 4 of Rods, and in this particular aspect in the love life, we have here a card telling us that there will be something that is going to be like, it's a card that is a sign for a wedding or an engagement, some kind of a commitment, and people are preparing and rejoicing and celebrating. So that's what is going to be our love life recommendation. Try to focus on celebrating and the positive aspects of your relationship. On the personal life, we have somebody very stern, the High Priestess. Personal life is what has to do with us, and this advice from the card is to actually be very balanced and be dichotomic, as in look between look at things from a black and white perspective. On the professional life side, we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is telling us, and it's another sword, it's telling us that we have to be very strict in terms of expressing ourselves. So telling the story about ourselves, we have to be very strict about it. We have to remember to just go straight to the point. That is the advice of the card. Then on the spiritual life, we're being called and reminded to have a look at our spiritual life with the Page of Rods. And the Page of Rods is talking about maybe looking at our at our professional life from a different perspective, reminding us to introduce a little bit of our spiritual life in our professional life here. So this is the situation at hand. So remember, just a little reminder. So here we have the vibe of the week, which is something to do with expression. So we're gonna have a lot of troubles expressing what's on our heart. We're gonna feel isolated, specifically in our relationship, but we're going to try and look at things from a different perspective and be a bit creative. There will be some feeling of disappointment, but we are reminded by the cards to look at what has happened in the past. So we are advised to be prepared for commitment. We are reminded to look at things from maybe on a dichotomic perspective, like I think from black and white perspective. We have a reminder for the professional side, the work side, to be very clear and very direct with the way that we communicate. And we're being called to introduce a little bit of our spirituality into our professional life. So that was this week, and now a little recommendation from the Healing with the Fairies deck, as to get through the week, Capricorns. So we have here the inner child. Very interesting. So you know that these card readings are actually imbued with Ho'oponopono energy and as well as Kundalini Reiki energy. But the Ho'oponopono energy is reminding us to connect with our inner child and to connect with who we were as a child and our dreams as a child. So I would really recommend here to remember what you wanted in terms of relationships as a child, and what your aim was, and if you have achieved it, specifically looking at the situation at hand. So reconnect and nurture this inner child of yours. Maybe have a little bit of fun with her or him, and be reminded about connecting with that inner child, Capricorns. So that was the third week of July 2019 for the Capricorns in Sun, Moon and Rising. If you resonate with that reading, please like, share and subscribe, and please feel free to comment. If you want a little bit deeper explanation about all that, please have a look at my website as well. You can send me an email if you want a personal reading. That's all available. I also do Ho'oponopono healings and Kundalini Reiki healings at a distance. That all that's left for me for tonight is is to wish you a very, very happy week, despite how these cards could be looking. Thank you. Talk to you soon again. Have a lovely week. Take care, Capricorns.